you have done this one, that is acid and base. So we are here, the salt is left. The most important part of this chapter is salt. Acid and base is not very important. Important it is in some extent, that is acidity of base, basicity of acid. These are important, but most important is a salt. So every year they send the questions from salt. So salt, this what we can define the salt. Salt we can define from this part to that. Salt, it is defined as, these are chemical, these are chemical compounds which on dissolving in water produce what? Positively charged particle other than hydrogen ions. Hydrogen ion is positively charged. So apart from hydrogen ion, another positively charged is produced other than hydrogen ion or hydronium ion, what you can say. This is hydronium ion. And negatively charged particle other than hydroxyl ion. Other than hydroxyl ion. In which way? Suppose say NaCl dissolve in water, what we get? Na plus, that is one positive ion other than hydrogen ion. Cl minus, that is another negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. H3O plus, positive because it reacts with water, hydrogen ion, plus OH minus ion. So according to the definitions, that produce positively charged particle other than hydrogen ion and negatively charged particle other than hydroxyl ion. Is it? This is the salt. So therefore, salt can be classified as, you have only three. Salt can be classified as, first one, a normal salt. What is normal salt? A salt formed by complete replacement. A salt formed by complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ions. Hydrogen ions of an acid. By a basic radical. Basic radical is what? The positive charge particles, which is coming from basic radical, which coming from the base, that is basic radical, that is positively charged particles, or metallic ion. Or metallic ion. Is it? Like that, for a very simple example, HCl plus NaOH, you can take NaCl plus H2O, you can say H2SO4 plus KOH, K2SO4. See that in this salt there is no hydrogen ions, plus twice H2O. Is it? So all the hydrogen ions in the acid replaced by what? By the basic radical of the base, or metallic ion, that is sodium and potassium. Is it replaced? Clear? So these salts, on dissolving in water, dissociated into their constituent ions. When we just dissolve in water, these salts dissociate into their constituent ion. Say for this example what I have given, that NaCl, when dissolved in water, these constituent ions dissociated. Is it? Then acid salt. Then this is acid salt. A salt formed by partial or incomplete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ions of an acid, hydrogen ion of an acid. This acid by the same basic radical or metallic ion. This is the acid salt. In which way? We say that this example, the previous, the normal salt example you see, and here also you see H2SO4 plus KOH. What is that? KHSO4 plus H2O. Quite different from this normal and this acid salt examples. What happens? Here both these hydrogen ions in the sulfuric acid are not replaced, only one replaced. That's why one hydrogen ion is also present in this salt. Understood? So that is acid salt. There are all, that is H3PO4 plus NaOH, H3PO4 plus NaOH. See that here, NaH2PO4, dihydrogen sodium phosphate. It is one of the important compound, plus water. So in H3PO4 there are 3 replaceable hydrogen ions, but only one has been replaced. Is it? Only one has been replaced. So these are the acid salt we say normally. So this is also called hydrogen salt or called bisalt, potassium bisulfate or potassium hydrogen sulfate. Nowadays it is said potassium hydrogen sulfate. Initially it is said potassium bisulfate. Is it? Nowadays it is said potassium hydrogen sulfate. Basic salt. Basic salt, a salt formed by the partial, a salt formed by the partial, or incomplete replacement